Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Soulful Sessions with Rory, the podcast where we dive deep into the matters of the heart, mind, and spirit. I'm your host, Rory, and I'm thrilled to embark on this soulful journey with each and every one of you. Soulful Sessions is your safe space for introspection, inspiration, and maybe even a little revelation. Whether you're sipping your morning coffee, winding down after a long day, or just seeking a moment of connection, you're in the right place. Before we dive into today's soulful exploration, I want to remind you that Soulful Sessions with Rory is designed for entertainment purposes only. While we may touch on profound topics and meaningful discussions, it's important to approach our conversations with an open heart and a sense of curiosity. Life is a journey, and so is this podcast. We'll navigate the realms of self discovery, spirituality, and personal growth. But remember, the insights we share here are not a substitute for professional advice or guidance. Always consult the appropriate professionals regarding your unique circumstances. So, whether you're a seasoned seeker or just dipping your toes into the waters of self exploration, get ready for a blend of wisdom, laughter, and a touch of magic in each episode of Soulful Sessions with Rory. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a soulful moment. Follow me on social media: IG, Soulful Explorer, Facebook, Listening Veteran Life Coach, and Snapchat, Rory Soulful Explorer, to stay connected, share your thoughts, and be a part of this incredible community. Now let the journey begin. Sit back, relax, and let's fill our souls together. Today's soulful episode: emotional pain is real, but you control how you feel about it. So let's repeat that. Emotional pain is real, but you control how you feel about it. I want to first say that as a man, I was taught that, men don't cry. So crying is a sign of weakness. But let me tell you what really baffles me: as the years have gone on, you hear the same thing in regards to women. Women, you're not supposed to cry. You're not supposed to be emotional. What are you crying for? As a kid, I think a lot of us in my culture have heard the words, "Oh, I'll give you something to cry about." And you best believe we try to wipe those tears. We try to dry those eyes. And even in some very awkward instances, we try to smile. That cringe smile, trying to get it out. And don't forget, you already over there going, that's that when I don't want to cry anymore, because you don't want to get in trouble. Now let's examine, why were we told not to cry? And why was it considered a sign of weakness? So, one of the conclusions that I've come to why people do that is because they do not want to take responsibility for your emotional distress. But why wouldn't a parent want to do that? Well, for one, the parent is already going through what they're going through. And to see you crying, they're thinking, well, your pain is any worse than mine. So you really don't have a reason to cry. I think back to Wall Street, 1929, when the stock market crashed. Actually, I don't even know if that's the year. I just said 1929. Might be 1939, but you know what I'm talking about. The Great Depression, right? They had people jumping out of windows in skyscrapers. Now, these people thought it was the end of the world because they lost all of their money. I'm broke. I don't have a thing. Let me just end it all. Ah! Well, what I find interesting about that, you don't hear a lot of stories about poor families doing something similar. What you find is stories of poor families creating new and inventive ways to make ends meet. What you find is a group of people with resilience. And the reason is because their emotional pain is different than the other person's emotional pain. So emotional pain is real, but you got to remember it's real to you. When I was younger, and I remember my very first breakup. My very first breakup, oh my God, it was horrible. I'm not going to mention any names because they might be listening. But let me just tell you, the girl told me, "Rory, I don't want to date you anymore because I'm going to date such and such with the really light eyes." I was in shock, dismay, disbelief. My God. heartbroken and torn. I had to carry on. Men don't cry. I can remember my mother telling me that. I can remember any male figure in my life telling me men don't cry. Okay, that's cool. But I'm still going to play with you today because, yeah. Well, what I didn't realize is that began a cycle of not showing emotion. Why? Because men don't cry. Emotions were tagged with being weak. So if I'm not weak, why would I cry? But here's the crazy thing. I would cry when I was angry. I would literally be in fights crying and winning. Let's be clear. Only lost one fight. That's another story for another day. And I would be so angry, tears are just pouring down my eyes. You would think I was hurt, but I wasn't. I was angry. See, because I was convinced that anger was the only emotion that you can show. Because anger represented strength. Anger represented everything. It kept people away from me. So the truth is, I was never angry. Emotional pain is real. So if I wasn't angry, what emotion was I conveying? I was hurt. See, I like to say that anger is the cousin of hurt. They hang out sometimes, and sometimes the cousin can egg you on to do other things. And see, that's what hurt does. Hurt is the thing that asks you to behave differently. If you think about it, and I'm gonna put this one out there for the ladies. You ever caught your man cheating? And you get angry. I can't believe he did that. You would think that you're just angry. But let's be honest, you're hurt. That betrayal, it hurt. The fact that he thinks you think he thinks you're dumb or you're stupid, you're hurt. How could this person that you put your faith, your love, your heart, and your everything in, how could this person betray you? You're hurt. So that hurt, as it sits there and it stews and it boils, it turns into anger. Emotional pain is real. And see, it's not that we are angry. It's not that anger is so relevant. What it is what do we do next? Once we have emotional pain, what comes next? For most boxers, they practice all day long. They practice, they prepare themselves for the ring. They literally are figuring out, okay, I need to do this because this fighter acts like this and this fighter acts like that. So I need to be prepared. So they know when this person usually swings, when this person usually jabs, because they studied them. So guess what? They literally say to themselves, well, you know what? I'm going to move left when he moves right. I'm going to move right when he moves left. I'm a duck. I'm a dodge. They're ready. They have a preconceived plan to deal with their opponent. So guess what? When people are angry, when something happens to you, when something bad happens, you already know that there's a preconceived behavior that you have. So if emotional pain is real, but you control how you feel about it, then is it possible that you've already formulated a plan for everything in your life with regards to hurt, with regards to pain? You already said, they're not going to catch me crying. They're not going to see me weak or vulnerable. And let's talk about the word vulnerable. People use it all the time. They say, well, you're vulnerable in your emotions. And I can't agree with that word because, see, when you go to the definition, the dictionary definition, vulnerable means adjective, susceptible to physical or emotional attack or harm. So what you're telling me, if I cry, if I show emotion, somebody can hurt me? How? How are you going to hurt me with my emotion? You can only hurt me if I value what you say or what you do. When you learn to love yourself unconditionally, hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. But you get where I'm going with this. Here's another definition. Vulnerable, bridge, liable to higher penalties either by convention or through having won one game toward a rubber. I've never played bridge before in my life. So guess what? I have no idea what that means. But what I will tell you is this. Vulnerability is an illusion, just like respect is an illusion. Respect, vulnerability would mean that that person, place, or thing is what validates you. That person, place, or thing is what tells you who you are, how you are. But your pain is real. Rory, I lost my mother. Rory, I lost my dad. Rory, my significant other cheated on me. Rory, I lost my job. These things hurt. I'm angry. I'm sad. I'm frustrated. And what I'm going to do afterwards, I'm going to go drink. I'm going to have a glass of wine. I'm going to drink some liquor. I'm going to smoke. I'm going to smoke a cigar. I'm going to smoke some weed. We ain't going to talk about other things that people do, but you get what I'm saying. You've already decided you've already decided what choice you're going to make when you're in pain. You've already decided, I don't want to feel the hurt of failure, so I'm going to numb myself. I don't want to feel the judgment of others, so I'm going to ignore them. I'm going to isolate. I'm going to act like the world just don't exist. Rory, I'm tired. You're hurt. That's a sign. So you've already made the decision prior to you even hurting. You said a long time ago, well, when I hurt, when I feel I can't go further, I'm just going to lay down. I'm just going to drink. I'm going to smoke. I'm going to be promiscuous. I'm going to invite people into my bedroom that I know don't love me, but they'll make me feel good for the moment. You made a choice. Emotional pain is real, but you control how you feel about it. Now, in the therapeutic world, you hear the words coping skills. Coping skills, something that you do to help you get past something or to help you change something. So you cope. Like a good coping skill that I've heard of is exercise. Exercise creates endorphins, takes your mind off things, and working out can really help you, from what I've been told. So what if you said to yourself, you know what, whenever I feel bad or whenever I'm hurt, I exercise. And you say this to yourself every single day. Do it for 30 days straight. When you get up in the morning, whenever I'm hurt, angry, upset, I'm going to exercise. I'm going to do 5 push-ups. I'm going to do 10 push-ups. I'm going to do 5 sit-ups every time I feel hurt, upset, angry, bothered. See, what will happen in that moment is your brain is listening. It's picking up this signal. So guess what? The next time you get hurt, it's going to say, hey, don't forget to do your 5 push-ups, your 5 sit-ups. And inadvertently, what you would have done is taken your mind off of this problem. What if it don't work? You keep going. But see, you got to realize you've already made the decision to change your behavior. You did that by practicing that thought. When I hurt, I'm going to do this. So why is that so important? It's important because when things happen to you, you've already decided to be hurt. You've already decided that it's going to take a significant toll on your life. But what if it didn't? What if you said, no matter how things happen, no matter what happens in my life, how it goes, I am no longer going to allow it to control how I feel. Say what? Yes, I am no longer going to control how it feels. Let me give you an example. So, the young version of me who lost his dear girlfriend, she tells him, Rory, I'm leaving you for the guy with the light eyes. I've already made a decision. This person doesn't value me. This person doesn't validate me. This person doesn't determine how I feel. So my response is simple. Thank you. I'm going to go about my way, and I wish you the best. I'm not denying that it hurt. I'm choosing how I'm going to feel. It hurt for that moment, but truth is, I'm going to look at the bigger aspect of it. This just saved me a lifetime because she could not see my worth or my value. Same thing with a job. So if you're in a relationship and someone does something that hurts, you decide how you feel about it. That hurt me, but I'm not going to allow it to continue to hurt me. In fact, I'm going to find gratitude because I realize now you don't value me. I realize now you don't know my worth, and I do. So thank you for allowing me to see how you see, because I want to be around people who value me. I want to be around people who knows and understands my value. I know I said the same thing the same way, but I needed you to get that. So emotional pain is real, but you control how you feel about it. What happens when there's a death? I was just telling somebody I lost a really good friend of mine. She was like my mentor, my teacher, you name it. And about a year ago, for the first time, I experienced a deep emotional hurt. And then shortly thereafter, I lost another friend of mine that I went to high school with, who also had a significant role in my life, just with me pursuing education and encouragement and everything else. And both of those things, I began to mourn. I didn't grieve, I mourned. Now, some people say they mean the same thing. I'm going to say they're a little different to me. When you mourn, it's you holding on to the hurt. When you grieve, you go through the stages of grief, ultimately to get to the end of acceptance. I wasn't doing that. I was mourning. I decided long before either one of my friends died that if someone that I truly care about, that I love, passes on, I'm going to be hurt. I'm going to be distraught. I won't be able to come back from that. We say that all the time. If I lose my mama, I'm going to be devastated. If I lose my dad, if I lose my siblings. What we don't realize we're doing is we're setting the stage for this pain. We're setting the stage for this behavior. What if we said, if I lose somebody that I love, I'm going to be hurt for a little while, but then I'll appreciate everything that they gave to me. I'll appreciate how they made me feel. So instead of focusing on how they died, I'm going to focus on how they lived. I'm going to be thankful that I was able to share the laughter, the jokes, the fun. I'm going to be thankful that we even went through the hard times together. I'm going to be thankful for all the great things that happen. And oh, here's a twist. You can do that in any situation. If you lose a job, do you want to focus on the fact that you lost a job? Or do you want to focus on everything you learned while working there? Well, Rory, all I did was learn that people don't like me. Or I learned that people can be evil. That's still something to celebrate because it gave you an idea of how you don't want to be or the type of environment you want to be in. You can apply this to everything. Focus on the positive things that you gained in that experience. I've worked several jobs where I was angry. I was upset. I did that whole thing where you sit out the job for 30 minutes, even though you're early and you just don't go in because you don't like the atmosphere. I had to learn to say the positive things about that job. When I worked here, I learned this, and this. When I worked here, I was able to network with this many people. It was a great experience for my knowledge base. I don't need to talk about the run-ins that I had with the people who were negative because then I'm changing my own energy. I'm trying to go backwards. I don't want to do that. I want life to be about positive forward momentum, positive forward movement. This is a choice. You get to make this choice. And every time you make this choice, you're changing a little bit every day. When I tell you emotional pain is real, but you control how you feel about it. Emotional pain is real, but you control how you feel about it. When you wake up in the mornings, are you saying, "Oh my God, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed"? Or are you waking up saying, "I am so glad that another day has come. I am going to do something special. I'm going to make a difference today. Today is going to be a blessed day where everything that I desire is going to fall into place"? What are you saying to yourself in the mornings? And what does it look like? What does it sound like? You control how you feel about it. Yesterday, Rory, I got some bad news. It didn't make me feel good. I don't know if I'm going to have enough money to do X, Y, and Z. I don't know if I'll be able to do something, or, things are just tough. Well, tell me about the other things. What other things? The things that weren't tough. Because clearly, if you made it through a day, something went right. Did you make it to work okay? Were the lights still on? Were you breathing? I had one of my clients tell me a while ago, and this just stuck with me. When I asked him, "What are you looking forward to?" And his words were simple: tomorrow. Tomorrow. He was looking forward to tomorrow. Now, to put that in context, it was someone that had attempted to take their own life before. And they're looking forward to tomorrow. That was so powerful to me. So when you wake up in the mornings, are you grateful for today, looking for tomorrow? Or are you waking up miserable? Because, see, you chose to be. You already knew how you were going to respond to your emotional pain. You made that choice. I'm asking you today to change that. I'm asking you today to choose differently. I want you to decide that no matter what emotional pain you've gone through, no matter what hurt, what anguish, what anger you've experienced, you're deciding today and right now, I am going to feel great. I am going to feel love. I am going to feel accomplished. My life is changing for the better every single moment. I'm going to feel great. I'm going to feel loved. I'm going to feel accomplished. My life is getting better every day. I feel great. I feel love. I feel accomplished. My life is better every day. You see what I did there? See, because I believe that you get to make a choice. I believe that even though your emotional pain is real, and I will not take that from you, you control how you feel about it. You control how you respond to it. You are in control. So don't forget every morning to ask yourself, what message am I giving me? And then give yourself a message that you can appreciate. Give yourself a message that you can be okay with. I want you to love you unconditionally. So thank you, beautiful souls, for joining me today on another enlightening episode of Soulful Sessions with Rory. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who might benefit. As we navigate the depths of introspection and explore the boundless possibilities of the human spirit, remember that your journey is uniquely yours, and every twist and turn in a sacred part of your story Embrace the whispers of your soul and may the echoes of our conversation linger in your heart, sparking a flame of self discovery. Until we meet again, in the realm of shared wisdom, stay true to your essence, stay connected to the rhythm of your soul, and always remember that you are a masterpiece in the making. Wishing you love, light, and infinite possibilities on your soulful journey. Until next time, this is Rory signing off with gratitude and reverence for the magic that resides in each and every one of you.